U.S. migrant crisis, 5,000 marched towards the border in the biggest caravan of undocumented immigrants in more than a year amid delays at immigration centers in Mexico. That's the headline. Here's the story. This latest caravan comes at a time when President Biden is facing intense pressure to get a handle on the porous southern border. U.S. Customs, Border and Protection recorded almost 270,000 encounters with illegals along the border in September alone. What's worse here is that it's getting even worse, and we've got literally thousands more on their way. Let's bring in David and Dr. Gina now to talk more about this. And guys, that is the frightening part. The numbers that are being quoted, those are just the numbers of people that we've had contact with, but there's so many so-called gotaways that have gotten through our border and our communities near and far that we don't even know of. And now it's emboldened other people to continue coming. Of course, we've been talking about it all week, about 5,000 to 6,000 more coming in a migrant caravan, and they should be here probably in the next several weeks. Dr. Gina.
I'm just kind of perusing the pile of newspapers I have in front of me. And do you know there's no mention whatsoever of the border? And as you watch corporate media, not just print media, but as you watch television media, radio media that's corporate, you're going to notice a pattern that it's like the border was fixed. It's like we have no invasion on our southern border. It's like 28,000 Chinese illegals didn't just be arrested at our border. But let's bring in somebody, David, who we know knows all about this as firsthand as it can possibly be, our Real America's Voice correspondent, Oscar El Blue Ramirez. We're glad to have you, Oscar. Thousands more on the way. You're live on the ground in Mexico, embedded with this latest migrant caravan making its way north. Tell us, Oscar, what are you seeing?
Yes, Dr. Gina, good morning. We are located in a place that we had to stop because the signal gets off and on. So the caravan is moving a little bit fast forwarding right now. They're about to arrive to the station of Wixla, walking around 15 kilometers today. At this migrant station, the migrants are going to demand to the authorities if they can get a permit so they can walk freely into outside of the state of Chiapas and from there move into the borders of the United States of America. That is, a lot of them, that is their purpose, to go to the United States of America. Although they know that there's a process, the CBP process, and also humanitarian parole. But ultimately, if it goes CBP or without humanitarian parole, they will try to enter to deliver themselves to the authorities for the claims of refugee and asylum. This is what we're seeing right now, 6,000. But also, Civil Protection has said that there's thousands of people scattered right here in the city of Tapachula, also doing their process. You know, legally, those are the migrants that they have enough capabilities and capacities to pay the amounts of money to stay in an Airbnb or to stay in a hotel or to stay at a place, waiting for the process to move to the United States. So it's not only the 6,000, it is the influx that is coming in continuously from Guatemala, Central America, and South America, still to the south border of Mexico. Dr. Gina.
Oscar, you know what's very interesting here? I mean, to me, just visually, to see everybody kind of walking this way, let's be honest, they're about to commit an illegal act. And yet we just kind of, and of course, I'm glad you're there, don't get me wrong, but it's like, there they are, come on in. There are all these people, as we're seeing on the screen here, about to literally do something illegal. The whole kind of visual, it just kind of blows my mind that we're just definitely turning a blind eye to this, to the point where it's not even anything anymore. It's just come on in, and it's like a field trip.
Well, understanding that the ones that they're committing the acts of illegal, it is the Biden administration. These people are being invited, and they told them that it is okay to come in to whatever, if it is a port of entry, if it is not a port of entry. So it is, the migrants are just walking in because the Biden administration invited them, because this is the ones that they need to be charged with criminal charges against the laws of the United States and against the Constitution are Alejandro Mayorkas, Joe Biden, and everybody that is aiding and abetting this to continue. And not only that, the incentivization that they have grown with the cartels and the organized crime in Mexico, they're making billions out of this. So they know how to cheat now. Everybody's making a mockery out of immigration laws of the United States, the cartels, organizations, NGOs, and everybody.